What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. We're back from Rhode Island now, and I just want you guys to be aware that I have a bunch of videos that I've recorded that I like to keep them coming in daily for you guys, so you get a little dose of BioS3, maybe a little entertainment, a little knowledge on a daily basis. So I have videos that are on the laptop that need to be edited, and you're going to see my skin go from like paler to darker. I'll be like more shredded than bloated. So be aware, it's not fluctuations that are happening right now. It's videos from the past, okay? So it's not like, well, shit, he was pale yesterday, he's tan now. He was bloated last night, he's ripped now, okay? It's just the videos, the way that I put them up. Today I want to go over a little bit more of this anabolic rebound after a competition. I think that when I first talked about it, I think everybody was like, yeah, here goes Jerry again. He's got another fucked up idea that, you know, he's going to gain all this size after the show. And nobody really believed it, or I think some of you guys believed it, but didn't really understand it, or we're looking at it like, yeah, okay, we'll see, whatever. Well, now here I am, 20-something pounds up, and as you can see, I'm still very, very lean, very dry, with that 20-something pounds in 14 days. And now I'm getting questions. Now everybody's like, whoa, how does this work? This is not new. This is not new by any means. This has just been lost in the gradual new things that have been coming out about the reverse dieting and staying lean and blah 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 and all the bullshit calories in, calories out that have been pushed on you guys for the last like 3, 4, 5 years. Now, what I'm doing right now, here comes Bruno, you guys can hear him clicking on the floor. What I'm doing right now, Cutler used to do, Dorian used to do, Ronnie did, Kevin did, all these guys did this. Whether they knew how it worked or not, whether they figured it out by instinct, or whether somebody taught them to do it, we're doing this and getting the great gains after their competitions. Jay was like 18 years old when he competed the first time, made a huge jump to 19, competed again. That was the Teenage Nationals where Branch Warren beat him in the overall, made another huge leap to 20 years old till he was like 240 pounds. He never took time off. He went back in the gym. So now, what is this rebound and how does it work? Well, after the competition, your body is like a sponge. If you have trained your ass off and you have busted your butt in the gym and cardio-wise and restricted your carbs and basically set your body up to the point where it thought it was going to fucking die and every day it had to figure out a way to survive. When that stops, your body absolutely, okay, I don't know all the scientific terms and all the little things that happen, but your body absolutely, because it's the only thing that it wants to ever do is survive, goes in the opposite direction, okay? And it's not going to go in the opposite direction because of fat-wise. It's going to go in the opposite direction muscle-wise. Why? Because you have to be more active to defend yourself to stay alive, okay? So now, it's just not an energy thing. It's a survival thing. So your body will replace muscle that you've lost while you're dieting quickly, right after the competition like that. It's called muscle memory. It happens when you start training, if you take a layoff, and it happens after competition, if you go back to the gym and start feeding your body. What is so hard to understand about that muscle memory coming back? I'm sure everybody has actually, whoever took some time off, came back and actually saw this happen. You gain it very quickly the second time, or it's actually you're regaining it, than you did when you try to put it on the first time. So you have that muscle memory. So let's say, I mean, you know, I talked to Phil, my coach, and he said that I probably dieted off about 12 to 13 pounds of lean tissue when I came down to get that crazy conditioning that I had for the show. Now, I was still big by, you know, most standards. If you saw me in the supermarket, I was still, you know, 185 pounds, really shredded, but I could have been 195 pounds really shredded. Well, I wouldn't have been really shredded. So the bottom line was, the muscle that I lost, I have regained now. Because I didn't take time off. I took a day off. Let me just shut this message off right here. I took a day off, went right back to the gym, and now I'm stimulating the muscle again, but I'm not overstimulating. I'm not overtraining. I'm giving my body just enough what it needs to stimulate the muscle to grow and get that signal going, and then feeding it. And then I just feed it, okay? And now what happens is when I'm done gaining the muscle memory, gaining that muscle back that I lost, there is a short overcompensation, that happens right after that. And it doesn't last very long. So if you miss it, it's gone like that. So the idea is you need to make sure that whatever you dieted off comes back. Then you see that new little bit, and trust me, when you see it, you'll know. You're like, damn, I look good. Like, I'm big, I'm hard, I fight, everything still pops. Like, everything, what the fuck? Like, this is ridiculous. And then, just as fast as you gain that muscle back, you start to get fat. I mean, it's almost like overnight. It's almost like you go to bed one night lean, you wake up the next morning and you're fatter. That's how you know the compensation has stopped. That's how you know that, okay, if I push this any further, I'm going to continue to get fatter. And that's when you need to readjust now for a maintenance phase, or what I would consider another recovery phase, because you've actually pushed your body again to super compensate and overcompensate to do something you didn't want to do. Now you let it level out. You let your body fat go to where it would normally want to be. You don't try to keep it down. You don't try to push your body weight up. You let your body level out and rest. Get in the gym, train, don't overtrain, make sure you get enough foods. And at that point, you'll know. You'll be like, well, these workouts are getting easy, they're getting lame, I don't feel like going to the gym because it's so boring. That's how you know you've compensated, you've healed, you've recovered. Now it's time to put the pedal back to the metal again and start training to try to gain for your off season. I definitely do think that these people who are reverse dieting, okay, bodybuilders, okay, who are reverse dieting out of this post-competition after they do a show, are missing out on those muscle gains. Because I'm watching the weight staying almost the same, and they're proud of the fact that they're like, oh, you know, my weight is only up 1.5 pounds and I'm staying lean. Well, shit, I'm up 25 pounds and I'm still lean. What the fuck does that 1.5 pounds matter if it's only 1.5 pounds? You look no different. Your strength is not different. You don't look any better, and you're not as lean as you were for competition. So when I add that together, you look worse. You're not as good as you were in show shape. You haven't put on any real muscle mass or size. Nothing's really happening. So you're stagnant because you don't want to get fat. But if you know what you're doing, you're not going to get fat and you gain muscle, and you're not going to have to go to snail's pace. You'll be able to go to friggin' lightning speed pace like a jaguar to friggin' gain muscle and not have to worry about getting fat. Okay? So this is just to fill you guys in a little bit on how it works, how long it works, and it's different for everybody. But the bottom line is, if you've pushed yourself far enough for competition, or, you know, let's say it was just a diet for the summer and your body's ready to rebound, if you don't harness that, you are missing out on the opportunity to gain more muscle than you possibly could for the rest of the year doing the reverse dieting. Now, if your goal is to be a thinner, streamlined model look, okay, then something like the reverse diet, to stay in shape for where you don't want to be bigger, you don't want to be more muscular, you don't want to be bulky, you don't want to have thick muscles, you want to be streamlined and in shape all the time, 5'10", 165 pounds, 5'10", 150 pounds, something that's just that more, mainstream look. Then you can try the reverse dieting. But if your goal is to gain mass and look like a bodybuilder and be thick, harness the rebound. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't argue. www.biostreettraining.com is the blog. I'm BioStreet, and I approve this message. And we're Rebound Bicep out.